Okay, up next let's look at the Instruments tab. Now this one has really all of the same content that we saw under the Sounds tab, just organized a little bit differently. So if I go to Instruments, I see all the different instruments that are installed in my version of Live. Now this is something where if you don't have Live Suite, you probably see less instruments than I have. Okay, these are the instruments that come with Live Suite. So these are all Ableton instruments. So these are the names of the instruments: wavetable, tension, simpler, sampler, operator, etc. So each of these instruments is like its own thing. It's its own synthesizer, is what it is. Live calls synthesizers instruments, okay, and samplers instruments. Anything that makes sound is an instrument. So if I open one of these up by clicking the little triangle next to it, I can see that on the inside of it, it is organized by presets, right? So I can go to pad and say, here's some pad sounds, and I can audition them. And if I like one, I can click return and load it up. Now just to prove this, let me go to analog, bass, basic, analog, bass, okay? So that's there. Now if I go to sounds and look at all my sounds and I go to bass, I can find right here, basic, analog, bass. Same thing, just organized different. This is designed to help you navigate quick, right? So why would I go to instruments instead of sounds? Well, I would go to sounds if I wanted a very specific sound. If I said, I want a bass sound that's going to be like, and I just want to scrub through bass sounds. That's what I want to do. But I would go to instruments if maybe I didn't exactly know what kind of sound I wanted, but I knew what kind of instrument I wanted. And that can happen because you might think to yourself, once you get really familiar with these instruments, you might say, I kind of want a wavetable sound here, because that's an instrument that has a very specific sound and it's a sound that you really like. So you'll really start to get to know the sounds of the instruments. Something like wavetable has very specific sounds. Although it's very flexible, all the instruments are flexible, you might just kind of be in a mood to work on a wavetable sound, or an operator sound, or an analog sound, or something like that. So when I'm in kind of a creative mode and just thinking, I need to add a synth to this track, what kind of thing do I want? Then I'm probably going to go to a wavetable and start dialing it in and playing around with it. But if I'm just like, I just want to throw a big buzzy synth on there, that's going to be a lead sound, and I don't want to deal with it all that much, I might go to sounds and go to leads, synth lead, just find a big buzzy lead that I like. There we go. Pop that on there, and then I'm good to go. So that's the main difference between the two. But it's really the same information, just organized, just with the presets organized differently.